Tables.
Might be the best sketch that I've ever seen.
Thank you.
I think you should leave just does it for me, and in breaking down
Tables!
I want to show you why. The situation is fairly simple. In driving school, the teacher here, played by this guy, Tim Robinson, tells the students about the dangers of driving while distracted. Then he says, I'm going to show you a video.
Now, these videos are a little old.
They have some lighthearted fun.
I don't want to hear any jokes about them, and don't let the style distract you.
And then he says this.
And I don't want any questions about the tables!
Okay. Something is wrong with those freaking tables, and we don't know what.
Yep, honey, I'll be home from work soon. I'm just picking up my last table.
What the hell did Eddie do to my table? It's filthy!
And immediately we see him reacting in this way, like it already seems like an unnecessary amount of work to show the dangers while driving.
So dirty! These are my livelihood!
I just got my table back, and I don't know what the hell Eddie Munster did to my table. These tables are how I buy my house. Do you understand? The tables are my corn box.
Wow. Pretty serious.
This is the first video. It's so much about tables and so little about driving while distracted. So naturally the students want to know.
What was her job?
Guys, what'd I say?
Her job is so confusing.
The job isn't important. It's just a generic job that the writers of this made up for this.
Very generic.
But what is the generic job?
Just tables. All right. I'm going to show you a whole new video. And I want you to tell me what the person in the video did right or wrong.
This is a whole new video.
It's the same woman.
I just got screamed at by Freddy Krueger.
Now it's Freddy Krueger. What is going on with those fictional characters?
What'd you do to my table? You should be ashamed of yourself. You're a fucking pig.
And now we just have swearing. Okay.
These little fuckers ever pop out of the fucking wall and say, fuck, there's a horse cock in my room or a donkey dick?
Gets more intense.
I'm so mad about this. Fuck, they're so dirty.
Pretty crazy. What'd you do wrong?
What is her job?
Tables! I'm gonna show you one more video.
Is it the same woman?
It's the same actress. I don't know if she's supposed to be the same person. Save your questions till the end.
So now we get the third part. And I mean, what the hell are you talking about? You have seen this so many times and you don't know if it's the same woman, because the whole mystery about what her job is going to be revealed now. And afterwards we think, why doesn't the guy just say so?
What the hell happened to this?
Hey, what's up, Gary? I heard you had some problems with your tables.
Go to hell, George, you fucking pig!
If you're gonna keep renting tables to Comic Cons and Horror Cons, you better learn how to treat the talent.
Oh my God, that's why.
Shut up! This is the maddest I've ever been!
Okay, that's basically the sketch. Let's get into it. First point, the premise of the whole sketch. Now, of course, I don't know how it came about, but when I see this, the first thing that comes to mind is the amount of effort these guys who made the video put in to make a believable background story, because they had to find a way to show somebody on their phone being distracted while driving. And they couldn't just show that in a 1-minute video. No, they had to do this whole background story to make it more believable. To me, it rings so true because this is like an artistic choice by artists that are either an entry-level job or it's guys who are really not that good at what they do. So they think they have to make some believable backstory and they just lose themselves in it. Because it's 95% tables and 5% being distracted while driving. I kind of know this as an artist. I know these people, I know this myself, to lose yourself in some kind of justification for what you're doing. Maybe they had some observation about these safety videos being wacky and then they built that around it, but who are the people behind it? Next thing is the basic conflict. We have the teacher, played by Tim Robinson, and the students. And the teacher, his goal is like to get them think about safety. And their obvious goal is what the fuck is going on with those tables? Because the whole thing is just about tables. So what's going on with her job? And we have those two goals that clash. And of course, we're mostly in the shoes of Tim Robinson here. And he wants to solve the situation, but he does it in a bad way. Of course, that's the comedy part of it. Like in comedy, they always deal with the problems in the worst possible way. So it always gets worse.
Tables.
He's not answering because could he answer? Doesn't he understand? We've seen the sketch now. Like he has seen all the 3 videos. Can't he answer? Is he too dumb to understand? Did he never notice? Or doesn't he want to answer it? Because he is so focused or so angry in getting them to focus on the driving distracted part of it that he doesn't even want to engage with the thing. He could just solve the mystery. He could just answer it, but he tries it in this real aggressive way and he's just yelling.
Tables!
But how is
he
tables a
just-
job?
I can't know how to hear any more about tables.
And he just brushes it off with this aggressive notion. And he could be so much more diplomatic and it would be so much more effective, but he doesn't do it. He wants to do it his way. Good observational comedy. For me, it's the same. Sometimes, not always, obviously, I can be a nice person, but sometimes I want something done or be noticed by others. And when they don't understand, I don't tell them. Like it could be solved in one sentence. Like, could you move over? But I don't say that. I just pretend they have to know. And if they don't, it's their fault and they're stupid. And so I get more aggressive when they don't understand. And they then ask because they can see in my eyes, I don't want to talk about it and then that's stupid. And then they say, man, just say what's going on. Say the one sentence.
Just do it!
That needs to be said. And I just won't say it. And so it escalates. So it's getting worse. And I completely understand that. And that is also very, very funny. And we kind of only get that afterwards because we don't know, does he know, does he not know? Next thing that this sketch does exceptionally well is pacing and the increase of absurdity. Because I think You Should Leave is always in some kind of way very absurd.
Hey, hold that door! Hold that door! Hold that door!
And here it's the high tables counter. It's establishing the mystery.
Picking up my last table.
What the hell did Eddie do to my table?
Hey man, I just got my table back, and I don't know what the hell Eddie Munster did to my table. These tables are how I buy my house. The tables are my corn box.
Then it goes to a second video, higher pace, like the music sets in, but a little calm still. And then there's swearing all of a sudden, and she's just fucking pig. It's like,
You're a fucking pig.
and then third video,
Ugh, what the hell happened to this?
the music sets in. It's a very hard pace, very like, okay, we're gonna get there now. And then it's even more swearing
Go to hell, George, you fucking pig.
and a fast resolve. So before it gets dull, it's they go out of it.
This is the maddest I've ever been!
Perfect little steps. And then, of course, we have to talk about the acting. This woman, Patty Harrison, is the actress. She does a fantastic job because she's gotta pretend to be a bad actress doing this safety video.
And that's when he snapped. I thought he was gonna kill me.
And that's the thing that I want to talk about. She does such a fantastic job of acting, like doing some cliche acting. Because she's very agitated. She's like, what you do to my tables? You're a fucking pig. I just got back from a Comic-Con. So she's not very sad in that moment. She's agitated.
You're a fucking pig.
You're a fucking pig. And then she switches because now the lines for the actress are, he was gonna kill me. I thought I was gonna die.
And that's when he snapped. I thought he was gonna kill me.
Obviously, this is not how you do it. But why? Little acting tip here. When you start out acting, you think it's good to have a big variety or to show amplitudes, that you're not monotonous. You play different beats. But, of course, the beat carries over. because you're not like a robot that can be like angry, 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 happy, 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 sad, sad, sad. That's not how humans work. If we're very sad and we're like, fuck man, I don't know, and then something very, very funny happens where we can't help but laugh. We don't just go, ha 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 ha. No, we're still like, we're so sad, and then, oh, don't do that, man.
Nice.
It carries over. and she tries to portray this whole new situation and cuts herself completely off. It's not one cohesive body, which we are as human beings. And now we come to Tim Robinson, of course, the star of the show. It's his show, it's his sketches, and he is like a prime example of a typical overactor.
What the hell are you talking about?
His acting is very over the top.
What is her job?
Tables!
Like nobody says it that way. He purposefully puts his tongue out like like if you say table, it would be like that, but he does like tables. The thing is about overacting. Overacting is a thing that you normally shouldn't aspire to do. It's very hard to pull off. Two cases. The first case is extreme talent, like a Jim Carrey. You can do things with your face that are extreme, with your body that are extreme, and they are funny in a way because you're so good at what you do. Tim Robinson is not that. Not that he's not talented. Of course he's talented, but not like Jim Carrey, impressionist kind of talented.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
But the second thing, when overacting really works, is when you have the authority over the project. So when it's your baby, then you can pull it off. Usually, when you're hired as an actor and you're directed by somebody else and it's not your vision come to life, it doesn't work. I know that from first-hand experience. I tend to overact myself. Don't do that, man. And it never works out. People just say, you're doing too much. You're doing too much with your face. You're doing too much with your body. You're too loud, whatever. And it's true. But when I have my own project and I know what this story needs right now, and I know what the character is like because it's my character, I invented it and I want him to be that way, then somehow I have a kind of authority over the whole thing that makes it work. He does have that obviously in all his sketches. He's so over the top and it wouldn't work. He was at SNL. He was there only a short time and he completely, it didn't work there. He's so talented as a comedic actor or as a comedian, as a writer, because you see the sketches are so well written and thought out. And he's using a whole lot of sketches that he tried to do in SNL and rejected sketches from SNL he used here.
It was fun to watch because there are some things that I remember, even you having written at SNL, you know, that for whatever reason didn't work there, that sort of flourish here.
And this show is so successful and people love the sketches so much, and he didn't get through in SNL. That shows that he needs to be his own boss. He needs his vision to come to life. Now, I say that from afar. I don't know all the reasons. It's just a guess, as usual. Some people are craftsmen as actors. They work perfectly in a setting where they just act. And some people are like artists. They need to tell their own stories, and then they can do whatever they want and it works. And then there's no such thing as overacting. There's only such a thing as a bad artist or a bad idea. But he's obviously not that. He's a great artist. He has great ideas. By the way, like his sketches in Saturday Night Live got rejected for this.
She's not the prettiest or the smartest girl in the world, but she's good at nodding in agreement. And when she didn't hear it, she'll say, "What did you just say?"
Really?
This guy was clearly worth more. By the way, I wanted to give one last example of Tim Robinson's acting not being technical but very truthful and living in the moment. Look at this in the beginning when he is having this little outburst.
And I don't want any questions about the tables.
You see him having a little bit of fun before, and he's thinking about, do I say it? Do I not say it? Do I just let them watch the video? Then he smiles, and then the outburst.
And I don't want any questions about the tables.
So it's a sudden outburst. He's not preparing it. The actor is not preparing the outburst. So he's surprising himself. That is what's called living in the moment. And that shows that he actually is not just comedic acting. It's very much truthful, natural acting talent. Take a look at this. There's the little smirk, and then boom.
And I don't want any questions about the tables.
So that's a table sketch. Damn near the perfect sketch. And I didn't even talk about all the I think you should leave sketches that are absurd and also emotionally resonating. Those sentimental sketches that really hit hard and hit you in the gut, that really warm your heart. Tim Robinson is a master at this. So I maybe want to do some breakdowns of these kinds of sketches in the future, and I hope to see you there.